Yesterday, I walked around Sam's Club wearing these. Then I went to pick up some food at a Mexican restaurant wearing the same glasses. I talked with several employees. I asked them to double check our order. I asked about getting extra chips. We had a completely normal conversation.
Hello, good. How are you doing?
Good.
I had a to-go order, please.
What was the name?
And during that part of that interaction, these were recording the whole time. The recording light was blinking. Nobody asked me to remove them. Nobody said anything about the glasses. And honestly, it felt completely normal. But then I started seeing what's happening in other places. Courts banning Meta glasses, restaurants, pubs, and theaters putting restrictions on camera-enabled smart glasses. Cinemas looking at how they're going to handle them. And that's when I realized I have a problem. I never thought about these in that way before. Because these aren't just Meta smart glasses for me. These are my actual prescription glasses, progressive lenses and everything. So telling me to put away my camera is one thing. Telling me to take off my glasses, that's a little something completely different. I'm Mike C, and this is Life Over 40. Around here, we're trying new technology, travel, staying active, having new experiences, and figuring out what's still possible at this stage of life. Not just what something says on the box, but what it is actually like living with it. So if that sounds like your kind of Life Over 40, subscribe and come along, because this is exactly the kind of problem you don't think about until technology starts becoming part of your everyday life. Here's why I'm thinking about this now. Some places have already decided they don't want camera-enabled smart glasses inside. Courts in England and Wales have banned Meta glasses. From court buildings to various other places. There are also restaurants, pubs, and theaters in the UK that have restricted or banned them. And cinemas are now dealing with the same issue. Part of the concern is privacy. Part of it is recording. In movie theaters, there's also concern about piracy. And I understand why these places are thinking about it. These don't look like somebody holding up a camera. They look like glasses. And that is exactly why that makes them so useful. But it's also exactly what makes venues nervous. Here's what's interesting about what happened yesterday. I walked around Sam's wearing these. Then I walked into a restaurant, talked with employees, picked up my food, and left. Nobody stopped me. Nobody questioned me about the glasses themselves. And the light was blinking when I was recording the entire time. Now that doesn't mean I have some universal right to record everywhere I go. Sam's and a restaurant are still private property. Businesses can have their own rules. And somebody not stopping me doesn't automatically mean anything goes. But it showed me how easily smart glasses can become just another thing you wear. Yesterday, I was not thinking I'm putting on a camera. I was pretty much just thinking I'm putting on my glasses. And I think that's where this gets complicated. The more useful technology becomes, the less it feels like a gadget. At some point, you stop thinking I'm wearing a piece of technology. You just think these are my glasses. So imagine I walk into a business tomorrow and somebody says, "Sir, camera glasses are not allowed in here." Fair enough. It's their business. But now I've got another problem. These are my prescription lenses. So what do? Take them off and not see as well? Carry a second pair of regular prescription glasses everywhere I go? Should the rule be you can wear them, but you can't use the camera? And if that is the rule, how does an employee know whether you're recording or not? That little light, maybe. But what happens if the venue says the camera itself is the problem? Now we've moved from don't record here to you can't wear that device here. Those are two very different things. Here's the question I never thought I'd have to ask. If technology becomes something you actually rely on, should you still be treated like an optional gadget? Because I can put my phone away, I can put my camera away, but prescription glasses, I actually need those. And smart glasses aren't becoming less useful. They're becoming more useful. These can already handle things like calls, music, photos, as I just took one there, AI, and translation. There are also accessibility benefits for some users. And we're only at the beginning of this technology. So imagine 5 years from now, your glasses might help you with navigation, translation, which these do now, reading signs, remembering information, communicating, accessibility. Who knows what else? At some point, the question isn't only, should cameras not be allowed in here? It becomes, how do we handle a device that might be somebody's camera? AI assistant, headphones, translator, and prescription eyewear, all at once. And I don't want to make this sound like businesses are crazy. They're not. Imagine you're running a restaurant. You want customers to feel comfortable. Someone walks in wearing glasses that can record every interaction hands-free. Maybe you're fine with it. Maybe your customers aren't. Or you're running a theater. You don't want somebody recording what's happening on stage. A cinema does not want someone recording a movie. A courthouse obviously has serious restrictions around unauthorized recording. Those concerns are legitimate, but this is why I think we're headed toward a collision. The technology is becoming more integrated into normal life at the same time. Some places are deciding they don't want it inside whatsoever. And I think smart glasses have to solve something smartphones mostly avoided. My phone can stay in my pocket and still come inside. But if the camera is built into the thing I need to see with, that's a little different. The camera comes with me. That's a very different problem. And this isn't theoretical for me anymore, because soon we are going to go to Egypt. And I already have been planning to wear these glasses. One reason I'm excited about them is to travel, translation, POV footage, photos, AI, being able to capture something without constantly pulling out my phone. But Egypt also means museums, historic sites, the pyramids, religious sites, security points, tourist attractions, places where photography and video rules can vary. So before I leave, I'm now researching something I never expected to research about my eyeglasses. Where can I wear them? And where can I actually use them? Because those might be two completely different questions. I'm about to travel with prescription glasses that also happen to contain a camera, microphone, speakers, AI, and translation. 20 years ago, that sentence would have sounded like science fiction. Now, I have to figure out whether security will let me walk through the door with them